Penn State, as we said, 8 straight wins. That is currently the longest win streak in the nation. Ron Turner in his second year as a head coach, 1 year at San Jose State, now trying to establish what his program will be all about here at Champaign. And for more on that, down to the sidelines and deep receivers for the Lions, Chris Eberle on the right, number 23, and Chafie Fields, always dangerous no matter where he is on the field, number 2, also back there for Penn State. And into a rather brisk wind. This is from 2 yards deep. Fields bringing it out. And a return to the 20. The Nittany Lions averaging 517 total yards per game behind McQueary, Harris the fullback, and Enis, who has played less than 8 quarters this year, 246 yards, but no more than 85 yards in their first 3 victories. Nastasi Brown, an outstanding tight end with Juravicius. Brown, a couple of years back, the top tight end recruit in the nation out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Fagan, Cole, Conlon, Ostrowski, and Blick, who last year became the first true freshman ever to start on a Joe Paterno offensive line. McQueary has him in the eye on first down, and Enis plows forward for about 8, converting almost half their third downs this year. And they go right to the reverse. Fields with a cutback is at the 40 with a first down. On 2nd and 10, hit as he tried to deliver by blitzing Michael Young. And the Lions, who lose back to the 33, and they need 17 yards now. Enis split out wide left. Pressure again, incomplete. So Pat Pigeon with his first punt of the day. And he sails a nice one. Rob Majoy shows outstanding balanced state defense, averaging 340 total yards allowed per game. Brown, Fornattle, Fleischauer, Snyder, the front 4. Fornattle, probably the best they've got, although a bit undersized at 246 pounds at tackle. Aaron Collins, Short, and Nelson, all 3 Butkus Award candidates at linebacker. And Collins, not the only Collins on the Penn State defense. Open over the middle is McDonald Ashford. Features Jason Collins, his brother, and the last of 5 Collins brothers to play for Joe Paterno. Prater, Lee, and King rounding out the Penn State secondary. There's Jason, who broke a leg in game 3 2 years ago against Rutgers. Missed all of last season, but has fought his way back to the starting strong safety. On 3rd down, again over the middle, and this is good. Making the play defensively as Holcomb tries the middle. Josh Whitman, the tight end, in motion. And again, stopped right at the line. A different story. Well protected. And heads for the sideline, about 5 yards. Second possession. Enis is hog-collared from behind, all-time spot on the Penn State career rushing list. If he gets that, it would be his best day of the year. McQueary has Fields for 9 in a row, with BYU losing earlier in the year. That is the longest streak still going. Juravicius has the catch. Secondaries, but particularly Illinois, they go 5'8" and 6 feet at their corners. This one deep for Fields. He's got it. And Chafie Fields has a 60-yard touchdown.
Or whether or not Mike just decided to put it up, he seems to be well covered. He has just a step on the defender. Great concentration by Chafie Fields. The throw was actually just a little bit short. And
with that wind at his back, Travis Forney with a very high kick, which McDonald Ashford bobbled inside the 5. And fumbles, but recovered by Illinois. Grinding out at least a couple of first downs here. Lavery under pressure, incomplete through the hands of tight end motion from Matt Cushing. And steps up, fires on the run, and at the 30-yard line, no Butkus yet. 3rd and 8 for Lavery, who throws that one to almost behind the line. Enis continues with the second. McQueary play fake going deep middle. And the catch is made by the tight end, Brad Scioli.
One of the best defensive linemen that I've seen this year is 53, Jeff Weiss. That's a good clean hit on the quarterback. And McQueary was shaken. McQueary was shaken by this hit from Weiss, who continues to beat.
McQueary incomplete for Juravicius. Had all year. When at the end of that first quarter, they trailed 21-0. A different story today, despite this.
Good people lined up in the right place. That's good to see.
Quick slant in, or maybe first job after Mark Hoekstra proved too mistake-prone for the coach's taste. 7 sacks last week by Iowa. Holcomb uncovered. And to the Penn State. Whether it's running, catching, blocking, as he does here. Juggled, but hanging on, Eric Garrett. Guilford Academy by way of Clark, New Jersey. Holcomb cutting back into room, into the clear. Touchdown. Brown, who just moved left to right, now motion from Tikas Pettigrew. After all that, Enis bounces off the hit. Here he goes. Lowered his shoulder. Reaches. Not the first to meet Enis in that fashion. McQueary deep all alone. Juravicius. Touchdown. Penn State, 57 yards.
This time, unfortunately, Mike Gusick is out of position. You can tell he's a little rusty. Here comes our quarterback, who breaks contain. He's got plenty of time to throw the ball. He feathers it in there to Juravicius, who's gone for the touchdown. And you can see now that burst.
McQueary has gone deep for points, 60 yards to Fields in the first quarter and 57 this time. On the return by Havard. Holcomb.
Steal that daylight. Run the daylight, Coach Lombardi used to say.
This time, head on, he is met.
Just hear this. That is a Penn State hit.
Likewise. And right out into the pattern. Incomplete intended for him. 2 of note. So they've got their touchdowns. Enis weaving his way to the 40.
It's killed Illinois so far.
And Enis cut this one back, especially if they can stifle this drive. McQueary off play action. Has Scioli, one of his favorite targets. 3 receivers. Enis is wide right. McQueary deep for Juravicius. Juggles, hangs on, another touchdown. McQueary to Juravicius.
Touchdown Penn State. The pass caught by number 83.
There is very little play as was. Good protection by Harris, number 25. An absolutely perfect throw. Only reachable by
both factors in their favor, working for another strike all over Willis. But enough for the first. Holcomb bouncing off his own blocker and can't ever get out of the block. Well, that was capping a 50-point first half. Completed out of bounds. So we hit the 2-minute mark in the first half. Illinois once within 1, 7-6. And they've done a terrific job converting these third downs. That one intended for Holcomb, who looked as and Lavery had a wide open McDonald Ash. This play had gone differently if we make that interception. And this time they have the interception.
It is.
Trevor Stargell with the pick. The turner, 48 seconds, and still 2 timeouts to work with. But Lavery has no room to escape the rush of Chris Snyder.
You'll see him come from the inside here, and he will make the hit on Lavery.
Crowd does not like the decision to allow the clock to run out here, not with 2 timeouts in their pocket.
The crowd doesn't understand 2nd and 15, Dave.
Holcomb. Big play touchdown passes by McQueary, 2 to Juravicius. And it's 21-6 for the #2 ranked Nittany Lions at Champaign over the Fighting Illini. Now let's a second game start for Tim Lavery. That is one sign for encouragement. They outrush Penn State, but they give up 275 yards. Basically the same issue that they had coming into this game they still have, and that is the number of big plays allowed by defense.
That's exactly right. A week ago, the same story.
So the second half begins with a toss to the tight end, Josh Whitman. So 3rd and 4, short drop and incomplete. Intended for McDonald. McQueary with the give to Enis, who crawls 6 on 3rd downs. They need 6 here. And look out for Fields, who weaves and will have the first.
From State College to ever start for Coach Paterno at quarterback.
Enis got a couple of nice blocks. Loping up the side to the 12. First down, Penn. Blix 78 with the key block.
Nice blocking by the tight side offensive lineman John Blick, Phil Ostrowski, number 78 and 64 respectively.
Enis powers forward inside the 5, stretches for the goal line and got it.
And this will be disputed. Touches the ground first, so let's take a look. He's just carefully working his way. You see the power as he runs through James, runs through Gussick, and in the judgment
to get on the board. Lavery with a play fake, finds himself in trouble, but shows his mobility and salvages a nice pickup. Holcomb, pretty effective between the tackles all day. But for the most part, Lavery has been effective converting 3rd down. So they send Nelson after him. There's another one. Sliding catch by Willis. And they convert another one. Willis is the motion man. Havard split backs with Holcomb. And again, Lavery has to run, but he's got a lot of room. Heads for the sideline, slides, I think, a yard shy of the mark. Avoided the big mistake today. And that problem for Mark Hoekstra, the original starter, the reason that Lavery has the job. Fumbled by Eberle, and it's loose at the 15 and recovered by Illinois. Whitman in motion. Holcomb has in mind the end zone, but he's that deep in their own end. They send the house after him, and they bury Lavery at the 22-yard line short. The first.
Illinois has picked the blitz up well. They've protected well with the 4-man rush. This time was the exception. Get the ball off.
They settle for a 37-yard effort, and it is no good for Neil Rackers, who has afforded them by the fumble by Eberle. They send Harris off the left side, and he squeezes through for it last year with the basketball coaches. And he used that for his inspiration. Cordell Mitchell, Pettigrew across in motion. All day from McQueary. Inside the 45.
If you let a good quarterback stand back there this long, you're asking too much of your DBs. It's a simple curl. Chafie comes up. He probably should have come back for the ball just a little.
McQueary on target for Scioli. Unlike Penn State, they've had a couple of Butkus winners in their recent before AstroTurf. McQueary, right before he was hit, throws this one up for grabs, and Fields comes down with it at the 10.
Pass is caught by number 2.
Show along with Juravicious.
Number 20, Trevor Stargill, is right there in the coverage. He's coming in from the outside. He's in excellent shape. All he's got to do is get a piece of the ball. He times his jump exactly right, but somehow mysteriously misses the ball, and Fields shows his athletic ability in coming down.
And it's Mitchell on a delay inside the 5. Curtis Enis back in. He's sat this entire drive, takes the give, heads right, has a touchdown.
That's called fresh legs. Curtis got a break. Cordell Mitchell went. Nice running here, but a great big hole. The last contrast 526 games to 5. That's the difference.
Another short drop, quick slant. Lenny Willis has it on a huge sack of Lavery. This one right into the chest of Collins, and he pulls it down. Aaron Collins gets an amazing interception from point blank.
He has made a better play than Aaron just made. Now, how does he catch this ball? Don't ask me. He'll be demonstrating for his teammates and his brothers and his mom and his dad and his sisters. He's got 19 siblings. There are 19 children in the Collins family, all but one of them college graduates.
This is Everly.
I asked him last night, what are you going to do without a Collins?
They have had some impact on the Penn State program. Everly breaks into the clear and is gone. 47 yards.
Chris Everly's done a good job of returning punts for the Nittany Lions this year. Now, as this play develops, that results in the touchdown. Nice job by Floyd. He's learning that offense. He washes the entire line of scrimmage down. Nice block also by Josh Mitchell, that is. True freshman.
This one's not picked off. Sam Crenshaw, 13, was the motion man, as Cordell Mitchell weaves to the 43. Corner blitz was coming, incomplete. They went after him. Beauty, though, killed at the 4 with a sideways bounce, and finally at the 13. Lavery from right at the goal line, and incomplete. Penn State is the number 1.
Yeah, we'll get to that after this play here.
Mitchell trying to draw somebody offside.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing.
Didn't need to. Size the two teams up. Offensively, they would compare very closely. Everly in the second quarter on. Play fake. Thompson. Ball is loose on the sack, and Illinois, the quarterback with 6:04 to go. 41-6 for the Nittany Lions, and Lavery has nowhere to go at the 15-yard line.
Twin Cities, Dave.
Not me. Another sack of Lavery all the way back. Raw play. That ends abruptly.
Now that works with the back checking his responsibility out of the backfield.
Havard breaks one tackle. And then Arrington, Jerry Dunn's injury-plagued Nittany Lion basketball team. Incomplete. Sporting a nice grass field.
They probably saw that stat and got rid of it.
Mitchell. Everly. Well, these Penn State backs, speed, big play defense, and offense today en route to their 4th win without a loss in 97. And that carry by Everly ought to do it once they move the chains. Joe Paterno, his 293rd career win. Tops among all active coaches. Headed toward his 71st birthday in December. People who have followed him for years, like you, swear he hadn't aged since about age 40.
He looks the same as he did when he was 40 years old to me. He's a wonderful football coach and a wonderful person. You have to be happy for him. And Illinois showed signs today. I think Lavery in particular showed that he's going to be able to do this job for Coach Turner. The team played hard. Even though they were beaten, they can build on it.
So the Nittany Lions finish it off 41-6. They go home and get ready for Ohio State next week. Should